Welcome to Talk Cosmos, the show where Sue Rose Minahan and her panel of guests bring you leading-edge astrology conversations through a journey of soul growth patterns connecting astrology's energetic cycles. Get ready to understand your path in the cosmic roots of the stars.
Hello once again. This is Sue Rose Minahan, host and founder of Talk Cosmos, a YouTube channel and podcast leading edge astrology conversations of the cosmology. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We have 6 astrologers that are joining. It was going to be 7, and life happens. One of them, Jeff Peters, had to leave for a life ceremony celebration, but we have 6 marvelous astrologers, and that's a wonderful number. I love the number 6. I was born on the 6th. Hey, and 6 is an energetic number too. So we are doing an inner dialogue between the planets, of the planets. It's called Astro Jam, and it will be a lot like the Astro drama was of years ago. The difference is then you could be in the proximity right next. Here it's online and it's spontaneous. We're going to take because what's happening, I will say first why. Within us, we have these archetypes. Whether we're aware of it or not, and because of our own internal blueprint of our own chart, which is all what astrology is illuminating all the time. When you see a consultant, which all of us are on this show, we try to unearth how are we listening. And so it isn't always evident. We have maybe one that takes over or one that we just inherently go like, no, that can't be for real. But here we have no blueprint. This is spontaneity at its best. And so we have of this, and okay, we will do that. I will introduce the 6. We have Ray Sapp. She is the new publisher of the Mountain Astrologer magazine and an astromancer, 2nd generation astrologer, and has a BA in recreation management, English language. And she's passionate about psychohorary, sexology, and narratology. So we are happy to explore this today. We also have Marie O'Neill, MBA, founder of Padma Life Coaching in Santa Rosa. And with years of a life coach, astrologer, speaker, past life regression facilitator, lecturer. She's a Toastmaster on the board of directors with TED Sonoma County, a mentor of FCEA, and a lecturer, and just wrote a book, The Lotus and the Lotus Open, and does 2 retreats a year. Susanna Lobeer is a healing artist, and I don't know if we can see. Aha, there's Susanna coming from Oregon. And I might say that Ray is from Nevada City in California. And once again, the great magazine, Mountain Astrologer. So, sorry, Susanna Lobeer, a healing artist and a creator, acupuncturist, silversmith, potter, musician, and an astrologer who does talismans and has studied with Gemini Brand. Thank you. And we have also Catherine Metcalf, professional astrologer, hypnotherapist, intuitive, tarot card reader, teaches astrology tarot at Blackhawk College in Illinois, featured on some TV programs, published articles, and been interviewed, and has a metaphysical monthly meeting every month in East Moline, and a YouTube videos. Thank you, Catherine. And last, we have Susie Cara Wright, astrologer, psychic medium, Reiki master teacher, certified life coach, and studied at Arthur Findlay College of Psychic Sciences in England, and has also done television and writes on articles. So thank you also. And you can find all of these wonderful astrologers at Talk Cosmos. I have their websites and everything. And we do have Susanna who will be popping in and out. But what we will be working on, and I'm so sorry, she's had difficulty with her technology. But you know what? In some ways, she could just do audio, because a lot of us hear it on podcast. And I thank all of our audience members for subscribing either to the Talk Cosmos podcast or the YouTube. So we will begin with this new jam, Astro Jam. And today's chart will be today's chart, which happens to be the 29.5 Aquarius full moon happening today. So Nathan, if you can pull that up on the chart so people can see it, if you have that ability. Okay. So what we will be doing is each of us, there are no rules. Just to let our audience know, we are going to identify as a planet, and and then we will just speak and we'll go until the tide stops, and then we'll kind of analyze it a little bit and continue on. So I am starting. I am the moon. Oh, I have no idea how things are really feeling. It is so abstract. I'm out in some land outside in the universe, but I need to get a perspective. It's like, what is this new world? I don't know. Like, where do I find an answer? Is there, like, I don't know. Does Uranus have any kind of help? It's supposed to be my guide on this. Like, what's happening?
I'm the sun in Leo, and I have all the answers. I can totally get this. And you know, it really comes from, of course, now I'm going blank. Really, you know what? It's like you're just thinking too much. You're just thinking too much. You're focusing too much on the details. This is about like just letting it rip, just getting out there and just feeling like everything and letting everybody see like your inner beauty, but not too much, because you know I'm in the 12th, you know, and so it's like you only let people see so much, but mostly everything you want them to see, you know. And
well, that's a good point. I like that. But, you know, I would think that because my guiding thoughts are, I'm trying to, well, yeah, but see, Uranus is in Taurus and it's feeling. I don't know how to feel. I haven't got that connected.
Well, let me tell you, I'm Jupiter, so I'm here to help you.
Oh, good.
Because I'm right next to you. So I'm telling you, you're a genius. You are an intellectual, you're creative, you're bigger than life, and you just don't know it, Miss Moon. You are about the collective. I mean, you love helping people. I mean, and I tell you what, you are more powerful than the sun. The sun thinks it's powerful, but you got it going on, girl.
Now hold on.
and I'm Venus in Libra. And Venus in Libra is in love with love. Romance. I want wine and dining. And silk sheets, baby.
And I can help you get those. I'm the sun in Leo. I will help you. This little sextile thing we got going on. It's sexy. It's helpful. I can throw these things in your path because I got connections, babe.
I was saying, speaking of silk sheets, I'm Uranus and Taurus in the 8th house. Your guide, Miss Moon, and I am telling you to get in touch with your body behind closed doors, up close and personal with yourself.
Woohoo!
And let me tell you, as Jupiter in the 6th house, you really have to, you know, you can do it. You can do the work. You have to do a lot of work daily. Maybe you want to do a little bit of meditation. Maybe you want to go out and explore the cosmos, because you are Aquarius, Miss Moon, and so you can do whatever you want. You have no boundaries, no restraints.
And I am Mars in Virgo. And in the moment on here, I can hear Aranas talk about that earth feeling. It's like, yeah, it's true. I tend to want to analyze something, but the problem is it's just too much work, because all I want to do is go, go, go. And so I think that maybe it's really just a matter of going within, isn't it? It must be. That must be a lot of the ticket here.
Well, and I got to tell you, as the ascendant, you've got to pay attention to the details of everything. I am Virgo, and everything that you are has to come through me to get out into the world. So I am going to look at all of the details, all of the numbers, everything you do. It must be perfection, whatever it is you want to do.
I'm Saturn in the 5th. It's never gonna work. It just really, you can think of all the things, and but it's people. It's about people. They can be problems. So maybe you got to do a lot of this stuff on your own a little bit more, and like, I'm just telling you, I'm just being practical here. I mean, yeah, I got this, technology thing going on, and I'm thinking ahead here for you. So, I got the vision here going on, and with being retrograde, like, I don't know, I've tried this before and I'm not real comfortable with it. So, let's see. And Pluto, just stay away from me. Just don't even.
Wait a minute. I am Pluto in Capricorn, and I rule over you. Yeah, I am all about the rules and tradition and regulations and determination and achievement, and I will get it done. And Saturn, you should be just working with me on that. We could accomplish a lot more if you would.
Yeah, you need to prove yourself first.
Well, I got to tell you, I love Pluto. Pluto's just the main person in my mind, as I'm the ascendant. So, and we're in earth signs. And so you really can't get past us.
Well, maybe if I think about it a little bit more, we could maybe try something, but we got to be careful about it.
I'm Neptune in Pisces, floating on the descendant, welcoming you all into my hazy mist of bliss. Maybe we dissolve the rigidity of Virgo and remember her rituals.
What did she say?
Ooh,
remember her rituals.
Yeah, there could be a new language, because I am the North Node in Gemini, and I've got a trine going. I'm like yakking it up with that Venus all in her silk sheets over there, wanting her whining and dining in Libra. And then I'm connecting with the new ventures of structure, Saturn in Aquarius, because we're breaking it up, and we're going to expand, and we're just going to rotate around and think more and do more, because we're all in air signs, and we're going to whip, think and build. But I think that Neptune, very interesting.
Well, I'm the South Node in Sag in the third house. So I just want to have some fun, and I know it all. I'm a genius. I'm a forward thinker. Hey, this is the past. This is who you come from. Sag.
Well, with the North Node in Gemini, I am all about gathering information and sharing it with everybody.
Well, I am again the moon, and come to think of it, I do have Jupiter, and that is part of the whole problem with breaking away as I listen and thinking about this, because how do I do the past? That's right. I'm Jupiter. It seems like maybe I should listen to Jupiter more.
Well, I'm Chiron in Aries, and I've got this issue with taking a leap of faith, with courage, with being an initiator. And so I'd like to help you, Miss Moon, but you can't see me. I'm just too close to you. So don't know what to tell you.
I'm Mercury in Virgo, ruler of that North Node, collecting information, cozy in my second home, with a new wrestling partner, Mr. Mars, and we want to get things done, not just communicate.
This is Saturn again. I'm thinking we could really maybe take some of this stuff and all the experiences that you have and all the ideas that you have, and maybe we just work with what we've got and kind of consolidate it all into something that's useful and that could maybe help other people, like the people like us, though, our tribe.
Our tribe.
And just our people, but maybe it'll help other people too, but yeah, maybe we could put in some kind of teaching or some kind of writing, some kind of book, some kind of form. And I want some, maybe we just organize it. Maybe if we just organize it, we could do something with it. I'm open to some suggestions.
I support you on that, Saturn, because I am Pluto and I am where all the treasures are buried. So if you want to write a book, I'll partner with you.
Awesome. And I'm the sun in Leo and in that 12th house. And I'm thinking, all the work I've done on myself to bring out my inner lion. It's like my inner beauty. Maybe we could get famous with this deal. What do you think?
Well, I am the South Node in Sag, and I want you to remember that we had stories, we had adventures, we had places that we went, and we had thoughts. And I am willing to take some of those partnerships and maybe expand, because really, isn't it we need to come up with some new ideas? I mean, I do realize that maybe my experiences and my beliefs are limited, that I need to reach out to new ideas. And so I think maybe that Mercury, and I like this idea of Mercury and Mars in Virgo working together, but it's a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, because I don't know what I want to let go. It's like it has worked, and I'm not sure what isn't working yet exactly, but I guess I better figure it out.
Yeah, well, your soul's mission with North Node in Gemini, girl, you got to work with a group. You got to gather the information and get it out there.
And it's got to all be about you.
Well, I think we've done great. Thank you so much. This has been fabulous, because as a process, my goodness, so do we have any thoughts? We have some minutes, and we can always come up with another question from another angle. But what were your thoughts about this? I mean, as far as like this chart and because it seemed like there is really potential in this energy today for this chart. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and I think with the moon conjunct Jupiter, it's, there's a great opportunity for us to manifest our dreams, and maybe a reminder that we need to dream even bigger.
Mhm.
But I do think I
Yeah.
like that idea of the eighth house with, well, it happens to be in the eighth house, but the idea of the sensuality of feeling, because the moon now with, of course, that's the focus of the chart. A full moon always is, as far as a releasing factor, is in the thought process. It is an air sign. And so getting connected to how you feel, because it is a moon, and that has to do with your senses, which has to do, of course, with its ruler, which the modern ruler, which is Uranus, and the traditional one, which was Saturn. So yes, I think, and we can see all of us. It's okay. I'd like to see everybody. Thank you.
Well, I think it's important that it's the second Aquarius full moon of the month, and that we got to have the 0 early degree and the 29 last degree, especially in a year where both Saturn and Jupiter are transiting through the sign of Aquarius, and we have all been launched into a much more cyber-centric reality with one another. And so again, I feel like these two full moons are really highlighting how we're digesting that, the moon, how we're absorbing it, how we're then taking that in on an emotional level, and not just, the go, how do I connect on Zoom? So
Right. And then oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, please.
I was just going to say, because you brought up a wonderful point, right? Because it's an energetic moon. It's, the last degree. So it's about mastering that
Aquarius.
archetype.
Mm.
And which means that we wouldn't have that degree if we hadn't done the work or be prepared to actually deal with that energy now. So all of us are prepared to let go of what no longer serves us with this last degree, because we're mastering it. This is like a major test period for the next couple of weeks, the way I see it.
Oh, I like that. And pulling those two together, just thinking of Cosmos itself, I initiated the YouTube on the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. And here we are in a group just jamming and using
I was going to say, this is a test of mastery. This is hard to do. I love the idea, but I'm just sitting here going, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if people realize we've never been together as a group, and it's a lot like a music jam in my mind. We all know our art, and we didn't even know. All we knew was the chart, just like you would in a jam. You have a chart like the way it was, or it could be. I'm thinking of all these old time charts, and you have the key, right? And then you just play.
That's the way you learn it.
Yeah. And what I love about this is, imagine if you're the person that's in the center of this experience and hearing your planets, we're using, we use the new moon, the full moon, and, and whatever, and we're going to use different examples today, but the person what a person can gain from having a group, come together of astrologers who can really dive into what are the needs and the expectations and the challenges for each planet, that, having that dialogue and hearing that dialogue. I did this live one time in a large group with somebody, and they were just like, you're in my head. It was like freaking them out. Like, you're in my head. You're in my head.
Well,
so as much fun as this is, it's an incredibly valuable tool.
Susie, I thank you for mentioning that, because after the little break, we're going to be looking at your chart. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
We're going to be in your head.
I'm a Scorpio. That's not a good thing. No.
Well, it will be fun. And I do want to thank everybody for listening in. And I do want to really extend my apology here that Susanna Lobeer was one of us that was able to come, but she's having some technological issues. So maybe she'll get back in for the second half. I don't know. And she's from Oregon, so we'll keep working on it. But right now we have 5 wonderful astrologers, 4 in front of me. We have Susie, Cara, Wright from Tennessee down at the bottom. And we have Ray Sapp up there in the top corner of Nevada City and Mountain Astrologer. And we have Catherine Metcalf of Illinois. And we have Marie O'Neill of Santa Rosa. So thank you, everybody, for listening to Talk Cosmos Astro Jam on August 22nd, as we have just digested the full moon happening today. And we'll be right back.
While we take a break from this week's edition of Talk Cosmos, let's take a look at this cycle's archetype. We are currently in the Yang period of Leo, ruled by the solar sun. Having departed from a cycle based on the internal process of emotional attachments requiring security and safety, the energy of Leo externally manifests our legacy through children and artistic creations. As a fixed Yang fire sign that desires to ignite actualization, Leo the lion takes the risk to generously exhibit love and welcome all to share their stage with joyous pleasure for living life.
Talk Cosmos brings you leading-edge astrological conversations with hour-long programs each week on KKNW. The show goes live every Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific. Talk Cosmos weekly programs are also available to watch live on Facebook and YouTube, along with daily chats throughout the week on the Talk Cosmos YouTube channel. While you're there, make sure you click like and subscribe buttons so you can get the full Talk Cosmos experience. Or, if you'd rather listen to the show archives with audio only, the entire podcast collection since 2018 is available on most podcast carriers. So, grab your coffee, tea, or kombucha and enjoy the show.
Welcome. This is Leslie Francis, professional astrologer and author of the 2019 and 2020 Llewellyn Sun Sign books. And you're listening to Talk Cosmos on Alternative Talk 1150 AM, hosted by Sue Rose Minahan.
Find out the latest about your favorite shows on Alternative Talk 1150. Check out 1150kknw.com.
Oh, hello again. This is Talk Cosmos, August 22nd, just before we go into the archetype of Virgo. And we're talking about charts. So this time we're going to bring up the chart of one of ourselves. And that happens to be, nope, not that one. The female. It'll be
We're doing that one next? Okay.
Yeah, the female chart. I hope Nathan sees that one. We'll see. Okay, here it is. And it happens to be, and the question is really, it's one of us, but we can all do this. And she will afterwards let us know what her thoughts are about it. But what we want to know is her career. She is an astrologer of many capacities, but she's really working constantly on this in some new exploratory ideas. And she's particularly interested in these nodes, which happen to be in Pisces and Virgo. For those people that can't see it, the South node's in Pisces in the 3rd house, and the North node is in Virgo in the 9th house. So there's a lot of thinking and philosophy, as we know. But that's not the issue. We're going to work as this, not delineating it, which we might do later with this person, but rather, what do we see? what's happening. So if somebody has I guess I'll start off. You go ahead. I see that, Catherine. Do you have a thought?
Yeah, well, God bless you, little Susie, for, she's a Scorpio. Her sun is in Scorpio. And
no, we're not delineating. We're being the chart.
Oh, we're being the chart. Okay.
We're being the chart. Yeah.
So I am
sun
in Scorpio. I am sun in Scorpio. And I am intense. I am passionate. I care deeply about things that resonate with me. I have, and I can be a little bit on the secretive side. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about everybody looking at my chart today.
But I am the sun in Scorpio in the 11th house, and I so much want to transform groups. I want to be that spokesperson that really networks and connects and manages to elevate the consciousness. And and my close friend is Neptune. It is just so close to me, and we're both always. It's a very challenging place to be in because I'm interested in the group. I just so motivated by connections, yet I'm not in the superficial. I truly want to understand what is making it tick. How can we, and it seems like there's no end to the connections, so there's a lot of, it's a lot to work with,
Well, and I am the ascendant Sagittarius. And of course, I'm very strong. And I'm strong because the planet that I have affinity with is in my first house. So it represents me. It is Jupiter in Capricorn. So I love to work. I love to dig deep. I love structure, and I love to have fun. I love to share my knowledge with others, and I have a lot of knowledge, and I do a lot of research too.
I am Mars in Cancer in the 7th, and if Saturn would get off my ass, I would be able to get so much more done. I am trying to help people out here, and I take 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. And having that opposition, having him sitting opposite me can be really, really, it can hold me back in some ways. He likes to get things done, and I understand that, but I have places to go and people to connect with, and sometimes he's just such a wet blanket.
Well, I am Saturn in Capricorn, and I am the female side. Capricorn rules the parents, and it takes 2 of us to manage Cancer, the baby. Mars in Cancer often needs my guidance, often needs to know where those boundaries exist to stay safe. Well, my no might sound scolding, but my no is sculpting your dream. My no is guiding you of how to protect the ones you love and burst forth through your dreams.
And I'm the moon that's ruling your Mars in Cancer. And I can feel the pain that sometimes happens because, going at a fast speed, which I think which Saturn tries to help with because Jupiter just wants to go, 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 even though it is in Saturn. I mean, in Capricorn of rules. I mean, in other words, it's like sometimes you need to take time out. And so I kind of think that it's the intuition of life and realizing that, I love the group. It's really true. But yet, what about me and I'm a moon. And what about me and my way of processing? It takes time to process. And besides that, maybe I don't have to listen to everybody all the time. I need to whittle it down so that I can really give my genius out, because man, I got things that I can offer.
Well, I got to tell you, I am Mercury in Scorpio, and I am your guru. I am the one who is running the show from behind the scenes for your entire life. And I am asking you to dig deep into your psychic world. I am asking you to uncover all of your hidden, everything that is hidden within you, to let it go, so that you can then communicate all of these deep, wonderful treasures and information and wisdom that you have out to the world.
And I am Pluto in Virgo. And there are definitely right and wrong ways to do things. But with Pluto and Virgo in the 9th house, I am all about changing how we talk about and think about different philosophies and religious views and spirituality. Oh, I have the ability to gather people together and change and transform the way that they're thinking.
And I am your South Node in Pisces. You come from a line of communicators who communicate psychic information. You come from a line of people who were the priestesses in the world, who gave information out to the community. And this is your heritage.
It's so true, because I am Venus in Sag, right? So close, just having left your ascendant, now in that 12th house of every possibility that expands across the horizons, that's just beyond anything we can even see, because there are no limits whatsoever in the territory that I'm reaching out to. But I'm getting closer and closer to this constant kind of philosophical debate between where I've been as that priestess, as that, consciousness that knew and could communicate all, and trying to distill and refine and organize for, as in a philosophical direction, and yet be renewal. That's a renewal for people that will offer another context. And I'm not sure. That's the big question of how is that direction, that transformation, how do I bring that in?
I'm Chiron in Aquarius. I'm trying not to do too much with my own here, but and I feel like, I've always, as Chiron in Aquarius, it's like I have such a different perspective on things. I just see things differently, and I can my with the moon so close, it's like I feel these waves, these vibrations of things that are happening, but I'm always out of step, always just out of step with what's going on. Sometimes I'm ahead, and sometimes I'm so far behind, and I just it's hard as Chiron to. That's been a sore spot for me, because I've just always felt a little different, and I was told a lot in younger years that was wrong and that was bad, and it took a lot. It's taking a lot for me as Chiron to heal from that by finding people that have the same feelings, that feel left out or different or unique, and helping them find their, validating them and helping them embrace their own inner weirdo.
Well, I have Uranus in Leo, and Uranus, hello, I am the weird one. So, and we just need to, we just need to be embraced, and in Leo, we just want to have some fun. I've been getting psychic intuitive messages since I was a kid, and that's natural for me. So I don't know what the hell's wrong with everybody else.
My life, you're in my head.
I absolutely agree, because I am Saturn, and you know what? My only real need is to be an anchor, because you are so full of these tremendous capacities. And I think the world has never really understood Capricorn. I am in Capricorn, but it's not all about form. How do you think that form happened? I had to think about it. I had to visualize it. I had to imagine it. I had to do all these things and go step by step from the water with my tail and drop that tail to get up to the top of the mountain where I could see and then go on beyond. Because why did I want to get up there? Not just to take everything into my account, but to go, wow, this is the real potential. Whoa, how am I going to do this?
Well, let me tell you, I am Eris in Aries, and I am your roots. I am in the 4th house, your nadir. And I like to throw silver balls and golden balls out into the world of just a little bit of discord. And the reason I like to do that is because I want to shake things up. I want to help Pluto. I want to help Uranus. I want to help you. I want to make sure that the core of who I am is solid and strong and vibrant. Therefore, my job is to just sow a little discord by being myself.
I am Pluto in Virgo on your North Node. And sometimes I can provoke you to keep chewing and digging and seeking more. I am also all the time. And I command both your Mercury, your Neptune, and your Sun, which is where you're coming from and where you need to go. I am also your South Node in Pisces, reminding you that it's okay to let go, that sometimes the digging isn't what you're seeking, but instead to listen to the poetry of your own soul.
I love that, because I'm Neptune, sitting so close to your Sun, feeling that radiation that has nurtured your entire universe of your being, actually, and your Mercury is kind of just far enough away to be a leader. It wants to retreat. It wants to come back. It's true. And it is always rethinking things, which is so beautiful because it has so much to offer. But I think that networking, because in Pisces too, there is film, there is music, there are other ways to share, but I think to realize that, yes.
Be the planet.
Say, I am your Gemini descendant, ruled by that Mercury in Scorpio in the 12th. And I love to hear people's secrets. And people come find me in strange places in order to divulge their souls.
That they do.
Well,
And I am the North Node with the in Virgo, and I'm rubbing shoulders with Pluto. And I am just a reminder of your infinite knowledge and your sage advice. And the knowledge that I have is so important to share with the masses. And so I actually think I'll be writing a book about transformation, or I'll be publishing in some way how your life can change for the better, integrating your intuition with some structure.
I love that. I'm Eris in Aries in the 4th. And I know that this has been a struggle because I have been listening to what I thought society wanted to always, be adhered to with my Saturn in the 1st. But the fact is, I'm toggling that ever rebirthing of my consciousness, of my philosophies, of my knowledge, with my intuitive depth with people. But yet it's I love that idea of bridging it from a personal way into possibly, it makes all kinds of sense to go with that transformation publishing idea.
And I am Venus in Sag, and I am so tired of these shocks that I am getting. I mean, I've got Pluto putting so much pressure on me to change, to let go, to transform. And all I really want to do is have some fun, study, maybe hide a little bit, because I don't really want to be seen. But Pluto, can Pluto just leave me alone?
No.
But you know what? I think
work to do.
I am your Chiron, and I think I'm getting the message, because you know what? There's, like in theater, there's the happy face and the sad face. There's drama and there's comedy. And I think the missing ingredient is that my leader there up that I'm opposing there in Uranus in Leo is saying, let's laugh it up. Let's show, I can show people the mysteries of life, but maybe it's not all about being chained. Yeah, maybe I was chained, and maybe I even got my head cut off, or who knows what, or maybe drowned. That would be worse. No air. But the truth is that maybe there's a bubble, like the bubble of life coming up through the water, and there's something that pops and something to be joyous about. Maybe my Chiron can share that, because then I have a purpose. I can show that their wounds are not just there to be mired in their tears, but yet lifted up like a little bubble.
If you don't laugh, you cry.
I am Mercury in Scorpio, square your moon and Uranus. And I am here to remind you that this life is a theater. And even the toughest, scariest stories can be told with candor and glory and beauty.
And I'm here in Saturn in Capricorn, and I'm telling you, you got to work. You got to work for whatever it is you get. I'm here to hold your feet to the fire because I want you to succeed. And therefore, you must get through me if you want to get higher level consciousness of Neptune, of Pluto, of Uranus. So do the work on yourself.
We will stop right here. This is great because it turned for a couple of reasons. This was fabulous. And we'll get a couple of words from Susie, because Susanna is back, and we're going to do the last chart, which is a mystery chart, which is one of the states. But Susie, it was your chart Did you get some good insight? What's your feedback?
Yeah, that was really cool. There's a lot to say about that. But yeah, it was very, very insightful. And I mean, that's kind of where I go all the time. It's like it's like I always believe you work as hard as you possibly can and you get the rewards, but then I find out that doesn't always happen. You have to kind of make that happen. And, and it's a very individual path to get there. And sometimes it's lonely and, I mean, that was all
beautiful.
really awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We will do this again. And thank you so much. We're going to go to the next chart because I'm being advised that we can get, I think, Susanna too. And so this is a mystery chart. I don't see her at the moment. It says, please go to the next chart now. Anyway, we're trying to follow along. And that took a lot of bravery. Thank you so much. We'll be back on the October 24th. So this is a mystery chart. What do we see? Let's start with what do we think this chart is? I mean, personally, I think Uranus and Pluto, they're in the 6th house. That is major. Oh my goodness. I am Uranus. And I've got my buddy here. We are going to change. We are going to power, and we are going to be pioneers no matter what. I am just changing our lives every moment to go forward. The past is gone.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah, things got rooted. I'm a pioneer.
I'm trying to.
I wonder what Mars has to say about this. I mean, Mars.
Well, I'm Mars in Libra, and we need balance. I mean, we need to act with equality and fairness. And, I'm shouldering up to Mercury too. So, we need to find a happy balance.
But you know what? It's such a magical area. It's like, oh my gosh, those guys are always trying to fix everything, but it's just beautiful here. It's just, I just want to have like play and have music and I don't know, maybe see a movie once in a while. It's like, oh my goodness, let's just get together with our friends and have some fun.
Well, I'm the moon in Scorpio, and I just want to go deep. I don't want frivolous anything. No frivolous conversation. So take that, Mercury. I want to just feel. And if you can't go deep, go home.
And go ahead.
No.
I'm Venus in Scorpio, and I'm feeling really strong about this moon. I feel like I agree with you. I want to go deep, and I really want, I expect so much of the people that are close to me, the people that love me. There's, I've had issues with betrayal and loyalty in the past, and I am definitely, on the lookout for people who are really going to be supportive and who are going to, show me that they're really on my side, that they really care before I even consider letting them in.
I'm Neptune in Pisces in the 4th house. Remember that I supported you through your journey in the underworld when you had to face the radical transformation of Pluto and Uranus. I'm still here in your home sector. I'm never going to leave you.
Well, this is California, believe it or not, built in 1850.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. And, it shows all that glamour too, and power and powerlessness in that, between that sector. And it's what Edmund Jones would say is a seesaw. Yeah. Well, we are so thankful. I guess we have to go. We're going to have... sorry that Susanna couldn't join us, but thank you, Marie O'Neill, Susie, Cara, Wright, Ray Sapp, and Catherine Metcalf. And I'm Sue Rose Minahan, Talk Cosmo. This is Astro Jam, and we'll be back. I do hope. Yeah. So
Thanks, Sue.
Yay!
So much fun.
yeah.
Did
That
it.
was a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining us on Talk Cosmos, the show where Sue Rose Minahan and her panel of guests connect soul growth patterns with the energetic cycles of astrology. Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time to continue your journey through the roots of the cosmic pathway.